There's a print-on-demand design trend that is about to make some t-shirt business owners a lot of money. That trend is coquette Valentine's Day designs like these ones here. Valentine's Day is already trending hard. As you can see here, there are over 5,600 monthly searches right now just in Etsy, and I expect the demand only to go up from here. And then you pair that with the coquette design trend, which I feel like was made for Valentine's Day since it has a lot of reds, pinks, it uses hearts and bows. I ran a search for a coquette in Everbee just to see some of the data and check out some of the estimated monthly revenue for some of these coquette inspired designs. And if you're still not convinced that Valentine's Day inspired clothing can sell very well, here are some crazy stats for you. According to the National Retail Federation, in 2024, just Americans were projected to spend $25.8 billion on Valentine's Day spending. And get this, approximately $3 billion of that was projected to be spent on clothing for Valentine's Day. So now that you're hopefully fired up to create Valentine's inspired designs for your brand, let me show you how to sell a coquette Valentine's Day shirt, and watch until the end because I've got a Valentine's Day sales tip. But real quick, if you're interested in learning how to build a profitable business with Shopify and print on demand, check out my free resources below, and please help me out by liking this video and smashing that subscribe button if you want to see more design trend tutorials. Let's get designing. First, I'm going to hop into Kittl to create the design. Second, I'm going to select t-shirt templates, and I'm going to specifically search for coquette. This is going to pull up a whole bunch of professional pre-made design templates that I can use for my design. There are a lot of good ones to choose from here. I'm just going to go with this one here. Fourth, I'm going to change this design template to make it original. Now there's so much you can do with this. You can change the colors, you can change the text, you can change the elements, but I actually really like this template here, so I'm not going to make many changes to it. I'm just going to change what it says. So let's go ahead and create a funny Valentine's Day inspired design. Start by changing this top line here. As you can see, it's a bit large, so I'm just gonna shrink this down. Let's try 225. And if you wanna make sure that it's centered, you can just tap this little center icon here, and then it'll just center the text for you. Next, let's go ahead and change this. I'm just gonna start by shrinking the font size. Let's move this a little bit down here. Next, the third line, again, I'm gonna start by shrinking the font size. Move this down a little bit. And last but not least, let's just adjust this here. Next, I'm just going to stretch the design so that it takes up a bunch of the canvas here. And there you have it. Once you're happy with your design, you can just tap the download button in the top right and then save this as a PNG file with a transparent background. Now that we've got our Valentine's inspired product, I'm going to hop into Printify and add this to a sweatshirt. So let's go ahead and select a women's sweatshirt. I'm going to go with the Gildan 18,000. This is their best-selling sweatshirt. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the design to some very popular Valentine's Day colors. To do that, I'm just going to tap the icon in the top right, select variants here, and let's go with ash, black, and sand, since those are three of the best-selling colors right now for this particular sweatshirt style, and I think they're good colors for Valentine's Day designs. Other really popular Valentine's Day shirt colors are red and white, but I just want to keep it to 3 variants here. Next, I'm just going to drag my design onto the mockup. From here, you can adjust the size and the placement. And then if you want to see what it looks like more realistically on a mockup, just tap the preview button in the top right. Here, you're able to see what it looks like on a mockup. And then you can tap any of the people here to see what it would look like on a human. This actually looks a little lower than I want it to, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to drag that up a little bit higher. And then let's check out how that looks. All right, that's much better. If you're happy with how everything looks, just tap the Save Product button at the bottom right. This is gonna take you to the mockup library. Here, you can select which mockups you wanna use, or you can add your own mockups. I intended for this design to be made for females, so obviously I'm not gonna select any of the male models. I'm just gonna leave this as is and then tap Save Selection. Here, you can see all the different colored mockups. And if you wanna do one final check just to make sure everything looks good, you can just click on this image here. It'll show you it in a larger view, and then you can just click through the different mockups to make sure that you're happy. Next, you'll just want to fill out all the listing details, and then when you're done, just tap the publish button and Printify will automatically publish that to your Shopify store. Now that you know how to create a Valentine's coquette design, let me share that sales tip. One thing I love to do on pretty much any special occasion or holiday is create a dedicated collection for that particular occasion, which I then remove from my website after that occasion is passed. But in the lead up to that occasion the following year, I always like to re-release that same collection. This allows you to continue making sales from designs that you already created when the demand is back. And for occasions like Valentine's Day, this makes so much sense since so many designs are pink, red, and white every year and feature classic design elements like hearts. You can always add new additional designs to that collection when you re-release it. But what I've realized through the data and through my own experience is that many Valentine's Day designs that sold well in the past tend to continue selling well for Valentine's Days for years to come. Let me show you proof of this. I just ran a search for Valentine's Day sweatshirts, which I know sell well every year. And check this out. You can see that there's already almost 1,500 monthly searches just in Etsy specifically for Valentine's Day sweatshirts. Here you can see a bunch of the search results, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the product analytics feature in Everbee because I want to see some of the data on some of these designs. From here, when I filter by the estimated monthly revenue, I can see that a lot of the best selling designs here, they are not new. This one's 32 months old, 35 months old, 9 months old. I just clicked into this design here, which is 12 months old, and I can see that it's currently in over 20 carts. And when I look at the reviews, let's sort these by most recent, you can see here that people are already buying this design December 21st, December 16th, December 10th. And keep in mind, only a fraction of people that buy these products actually leave reviews. So they're selling a lot more than you're seeing here in just the reviews. So as you can see, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that Valentine's Day designs that sold well in the past continue to sell well for years forward. And that is why I encourage you to re-release at least your top best-selling Valentine's Day designs every year to maximize your sales of those particular designs. I'm curious to know if you're going to be creating Valentine's Day designs or collections for your brand. Let me know below in the comments. And if you're interested in learning the exact strategy that I use to make multiple 7 figures in t-shirt and apparel sales with Shopify and print on demand, tap the link below to attend my free 90-minute masterclass.